Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. It was September 6th, 1884. Naren was singing Master to Hazra. Naren has already sung 2 songs and Master is talking to Hazra, smiling. That was the first song he sang for me. Narendra sang 1 or 2 more songs. Then Vaishnava Charan sang, describing the grief of the gopis at night at the sight of Krishna as king of Mathura. The first meeting between Naren, that is one who is going to become Vinayakananda, then studying in college days, and then Sri Ramakrishna, the great disciple and the great master. Their meeting. The meeting happens in Calcutta, a place where a musician was appointed to come for Sri Ramakrishna's visit to their house. And he did not turn up and did not know whom to call instead. So this boy was there studying in college and well versed in music. People knew of him and requested him to come to sing for the master. He had heard of Ramakrishna from the college master while he was explaining about the ecstasy term in music, in songs, in poems. A poem was there for them in which the term ecstasy comes. And he was an English teacher of the London-based. And he was teaching, and he was new to the Indian culture, but knew about the ecstasies, understanding, where the man loses his external awareness of this world and bodily existence in thought of something beyond the normally what we see, a scenery that takes him beyond the nature. And this, while explaining, he says, now presently in this world, we can see one saint, Sri Ramakrishna, living in Dakshineshwar. So that was there in the mind, but nothing of him he knew. Oh, so many saints are there, so many. And Indian land is a land of spirituality. And here and there, sadhus renounced and gone. And he is searching for a master, or a person who has at least seen can assure, oh safe, that I have seen God. But whomever he meets, whether a sadhu going in street or being honored as the pontiff of an ashrama or a mutt, he could not get a positive answer. I have seen. But then he was waiting, asking and moving about. He's come to the college level from his boyhood days. He was searching. And then when he sees Sri Ramakrishna, the first time, his ecstatic state, what is ecstasy, he witnesses, but was not daring to ask him or talk to him. The way in which Sri Ramakrishna was behaving was far away from the normal humans. Love pouring out on the person who sang Naren, and he was ecstasy because of the song, and again coming down, that ecstasy was lingering. Seeing Naren, young boy of absolute purity, was there singing and endowed with all divine qualities, and he was charmed. Immediately, Master recognizes the disciple. So here we see, then Sri Ramakrishna requests him, brother, come there to the Dakshinayana once. Will you? Naren was very firm in telling truth. So if he by chance he is not able to go and he says, yes, I will come, what would happen? He was hesitant to give an answer. After some time, he comes to the conclusion to say, yes, I will try. And then when he goes, now he is singing in front of the Master, many days over, and perhaps a year must have passed already. After meeting the Master there, Sri Ramakrishna is recollecting a year-old memory when Naren sang. This was the first song that oh Lord, must all my days pass by so utterly in vain. That was his singing song. And Sri Ramakrishna is recalling, he's telling to Azra, this was the first song he sang for me. That was the first song he sang for me. Naren sang one or two more songs. Then Vaishnavacharan sang, describing the grief of gopis at the sight of Krishna as king of Mathura. What is the difference you see? Naren is longing for realizing God, and gopis are not knowing anything about Krishna, but is deeply attracted. All gopis on with one object, what charmed them, that so many gopis without deference, and he is a young boy. From birth almost he is there amidst, and all are mad after him. One is the incarnation. When they come, they bring all the qualities of the Shuddha Chaitanya. There is no Prakriti Amsha in them. Shuddha Sattva Pradhana. Ishvara is Shuddha Sattva Pradhana. We, at the time of realization also, a jiva is not Shuddha Sattva Pradhana. Prakriti, three gunas belong to Prakriti. Sattva, Raja, Tama. Tamas is intense, means uncontrollable lust and greed and such things. And when they are so much interested and active in possessing and enjoyment, same way they are lazy and lethargic. No activities. No, when they are active, they are like beasts. This is tamasic. Rajasic is when we see people, humans, running after enjoyments and possessions with intellect, proper in condition, but they are attached to the enjoyments of bodily pleasures. This is Rajasic, full of desires and ambitions. Man running about this world for possession and enjoyment. Sattva is where everything has become calm, and divinehood is manifesting, crossing the animalhood and the humanhood. Tamasic and Rajasic tendencies is established Sattva, calm and quiet, unaffected by the external world. He loves all without seeing any defect in anybody, and his whole mind is on the divine. He is reflecting the divinity of God. But still, this sattva belongs to Prakriti. Whereas sattva is Shuddha Sattva Pradhana, where the rajas and tamas are not at all present. In humans, sattva has small quantity of tamas and rajas, which are needed to live in this physical world of matter. He must be hard to certain things. He must be uncaring for certain things. To maintain that sattva, they need a little rajas, just like gold. Pure gold to make ornaments is very difficult. It is so soft and it gets worn out very fast. A chain, if you do, to do the chain is equally difficult because it is so soft material. So a little of the copper is added. 1%. You see, stainless steel. The nature of iron is to rust. But a small quantity, 1.5% of nickel and chromium makes a stainless steel, which never rusts. How the small quantity presence makes the possible to move about in the world, save itself, and maintain the sattva. So this small quantity of will be there. In avatars and enlightened souls, even this small quantity falls off. In Ishvara it won't be there at all. And in this there will be a little to maintain the sattva and rajas. So this we see in the Naren, Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna, now the gopis were sattvic, extremely sattvic, pure nature, pure divinity, where the greed for enjoyments or possessions were not there. They are pure to the core. They love for love's sake. They love for divine. When the Krishna came to this world, from his infancy, the newborn child onwards, you see he is manifesting all qualities of the Shuddha, unstained, unattached, like even the sky, you see, let alone the Chaitanya which is beyond the sky, space, Akasha. Akasha is first manifestation. The first manifestation itself, you cannot stain it by any means. But it gives room for all objects to stay. Never instigates them, nor interferes, nor gets affected. The space, you see, space is the first manifestation from the transcendental realm. The space is such a thing, you cannot stain it. You cannot throw the paint or the do. It gives place for a fire to stay, gives room for staying. But fire cannot burn it. You let anything give within the nature an ashraya for fire, it affects. If not, it may not be able to burn like burning a carpet or a cloth, but it heats up. Iron put in the fire, how it heats up. The sky doesn't do anything. The air too, next to that is air. You can't see it, you cannot do anything. You cannot smell it, no smell, nothing. But it carries. Space doesn't carry also. You can touch and see the air. It is sparsha indriya can. And it is, your vision passes through, you cannot see the air. Many of the senses cannot perceive. Only touch can perceive. All the four fails to perceive the air. So air itself is next, but little already Prakriti has come into picture, where it is perceptible. And it can carry smell, it can carry heat, heated air you can come. But air is not getting heat, carrying heat. How things you see. Like that, when Chaitanya comes, the God incarnates, it will none of these of the Prakriti will be there. It is beyond, which is the cause of all this. Trigunas appear in God and disappear, Sattva-Rajatama. That is beyond all the three gunas. Trigunatita. When God comes into picture, is Trigunatita. So all Gopas, Gopis, elders, old people, all used to run after him. A child is running behind. Everybody is. Just like a lamp is there, moths and flies, how they move at night to the fire. Like that. So Gopis were extensionally, the deep within. The nature of a woman is their bodily existence, mental, psychic existence, and the heart are such that it is a object of sacrifice. Sacrifice. From birth to death, woman is a sacrifice. Whereas man is a possessor and enjoyer. So, Bhoga Sharira and Tyaga Sharira. So, women are of the sacrificing nature. One of the biggest credit in them is the motherhood. The motherhood makes all the difference, where womanhood is totally destroyed. When Krishna was, Gopis saw, they wanted to give their all to it, just like a river wants to flow into the ocean. How it jumps from the rocks and mountains, flows down to reach the ocean, where all it travels, jumps and falls, and how many falls are there? A river, you can see huge falls, and it moves on and on and on. When it touches the ocean, the way in which it rushes into it and expands to be one with it forever. That was what Gopis felt. Gopas did not feel the same tendency. They wanted to play and enjoy his company. Gopis never wanted to enjoy his company. They used to become almost unconscious. Oh, I have given my everything for him. How much of difference? So, nature of the... Suppose some Gopas who had the nature of Gopis, they also used to get stand still, immovable. So the balance, it's a balance, human balance, which makes them pure divine, which stands beyond manhood and womanhood. The divinehood. Divinehood is beyond man and woman. When it comes to woman, it's a sacrifice. When it comes to man, divinity from within, it is wants to possess, protect, hold, store, hoard. All this comes. Women, they don't have that nature. Give. Anything comes, distribute and finish it off. Give. You can see if some women have manly nature. Their nature is different. They adopt a little of the manhood also. Fighting, quarreling, mind yours, strong mind yours. Otherwise, women don't mind, take and go. That type of nature. So when it is giving, nature and God participates in their life and floods them with things what they can give away to others. The important thing to give is love. The love is, mother gives love, the same love which anybody else gives, same love. But mother, when she gives, the sacrifice is such a thing that it seeks the welfare of the person whom loving is for their evolution and their development's growth. When the love is seeing no, towards them there is no attention at all. How the others will, just like fire burns to cook others' food, it is burning down. Sandalwood, it is bearing out for the smell to be given to others. Water is flowing for others. It reaches wherever people are there. This is self-sacrifice. Trees are giving fruit for others. It eats only fallen leaves and gives fruits, sacrifice. Similarly, mother sees, when a woman or anybody sees the growth, welfare, development and evolution of a person, that love is called Vatsalya. Vatsalya is motherly love, which seeks, most important part of mother seeking is welfare of the one whom she loves. And the welfare is such a thing, not bodily comforts and joys. No, it must grow, it must develop, it must evolve to attain perfection. So this is called Vatsalya. This Vatsalya is there in every woman, just behind the mind. They need not go to the depths. To love for a man, he has to go to his, all the layers he has to live and go to the depth. From there he has to eject it, deep within. Love doesn't come immediately out. It is, Sri Ramakrishna calls it like Falgu river. Falgu river, if you just take out the sand with your hand, you can see the water flowing. Immediately you get the water. You are walking on sand. Anywhere you dig, you get water to drink. But there are certain places you have to go hundreds of feet. I was once in Indore ashram, a newly opened ashram, Ramakrishna tradition. And they were trying to, because nearby, about 200 feet away, a person had put a bore well. Huge amount of water he used to get. He could supply around for many people he was able to give. And these people, ashrama people also wanted to put. They started digging in one place. They went up to 800 feet. No water. Then another place, some water predictor, he came and told, this place you'll get, definitely you'll get water. They will have modern scientific instruments. So water diviner came and told, and they went to put the bore well, went 1,000 feet, they could not get water. The person said, we have only this much of capacity to go deep. So that much there is no water at last. Some hearts are such. Search to reach that source from where love comes is very difficult. They are stern and strict. Externally they cannot. Nothing can influence them, nothing can make them. But in these people, mothers, just behind the mind, it is ready to burst out that love. And what love? That seeks the spiritual welfare of the soul. So that Vatsalya was there in gopis, and Krishna was the object where they could pour. They did not care to know who is he. Why such a attraction? Why such a this one? He is showing himself all impossible things which human cannot do. Still, the super power in him was something like somebody is possessing him, doing as if. Doesn't relate to, they don't see the external glories. They want to be one with it. How many demons he kills as a small baby, as a small boy, but nobody identifies. They get frightened. How could he do? Why should he do? All these questions. And they don't relate to his powers. As if somebody, some ghost or something is possessing and getting it done. So they are afraid rather than associating those powers and seeing the God in him. He is a dear child to them. They want to maintain that pure love, and how he offers that love, responds to that love. Unless we give something, we don't get something. And when you get from divine, it is unimaginable. A love that cannot be understood or considered. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.